Welcome to storied Beaver Stadium in State College, Pennsylvania. This is anything but a run-of-the-mill early season matchup, a clash of top 10 teams as these two will get their oil checked early. It's the Oregon Ducks and the Penn State Nittany Lions. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer with you. Holly Rowe is down on the sideline. Hello, Holly.
I caught up with the Nittany Lions head coach before the game. He understands the importance of this game as a separator in the conference standings. With both teams undefeated, some games under their belt, this will be a great test for his team to see if they are on track to make it to the conference championship. He wants their total focus, their total composure, and their total attention today in this crucial conference matchup. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. Can't wait to see how this one unfolds. Ready to put toe to leather, and here we go. And he's going to bring it out. The coverage team maintains his discipline, not much doing on that return. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. With the catch, it's Hooks. What a great job they've done in Big Ten play up to this point, and you see them now feeling as if they can accomplish something big.
No doubt, Reese, and I think it's a great start to the season. Like, again, you have goals and you have midpoints to the season where you're at right now. This is where you wanted to be. You wanted to be in the mix in one of the best conferences in all of college football, and Jesse, they're doing that in the Big Ten.
Yeah, they've been able to handle the stage and handle the pressure. With every win, that makes the next game that much bigger, and they've shown up on big stages on national television, and they've been able to deliver. This game, though, is the biggest yet. If they keep on the pace they're at, they're going to be playing for a Big Ten championship.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit, forcing the incompletion?
So now it's 2nd and long. Dante Moore hauls it in. Oh, he's got some space. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line.
Well, it's pretty obvious with the offense coming out in a 5-wide set. They're trying to spread the defense out and open up some lanes to throw into. And that ball came out pretty quickly from the quarterback. But once he got it to his man with all that green grass, he was off to the races. An explosive play offensively. Good use of formation.
Yeah, and I don't know what happened. He didn't look open as it is, and the QB's trying to make a play, trying to force the ball, but at least he threw it where his guy could catch it or nobody could catch it.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Moore will throw. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
That quarterback has a hose. That dude could throw it through a car wash and not get away. Great job of putting that ball on a line to his wide receiver.
On the gun, on 3rd down, Dante Moore. Working that left side now. He'll be stopped, but not before. He carries it down to the 9-yard line, and that's why you get the ball in the hands of your playmakers.
And, man, that's not a surprise that they come to their go-to guy early. This is an offense that's so much fun to watch, and it's because they know who they are. They
got it. He gets it in. Touchdown, Ducks.
That is how you get your playmaking wide receiver in the game early. First series, they scripted this. They want to get him the football. They get him the football, and he does the rest. Gets the big touchdown in the opening drive of the game.
And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Here's James Peoples to begin the drive. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. To the air, it's Beck. Pocket breaking down. Finds space on the right. He goes out of bounds, maybe a step shy of the 40. They're going to mark it at the 39, and a really nice pickup there. They'll snap it from the 39, 1st and 10. Here's a give to Peoples. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. Here's why this one's so much fun, guys. Early in the season, sort of a proving ground type of game for a couple of squads that believe they could win it all.
And we've heard so much in this offseason, right, about both of these teams and top 10 teams preseason. Now you get a chance to prove it. Like, now you get a chance to see who are the dudes on the squad. These are always fun early in the season, Jesse.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to find out what these teams are about because we've seen both teams beat up on weaker competition. We know they're both very talented, but let's see good against good and find out what they are.
The Nittany Lions are moving quickly down the field. They'll move the wide receiver. To the air on 1st down. Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. On the run, fires downfield. He makes the catch. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15. And the Nittany Lions come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll run it. It's Peoples. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity.
I think there's a couple schools of thought in how you run the football and how you throw the football. Like, some people say, I run the football to set up the throw, right? To get people aggressive. But this offense kind of took it the other direction, right? They came out throwing the football, now soften them up. Now let's see if they can start to get that ground game going.
Well, on the opening drive of the game, establishing a rhythm and a cadence offensively is really, really important. They've done some good things on this first drive to put them in this situation. Obviously, you just threw an incompletion on 2nd down. You're likely going to throw it again here right now. Quarterback has just got to settle in. Timing is important. Get rid of the ball on time. Trust your read and execute this passing play if you're throwing.
They didn't quite get that route run deep enough to pick up the 1st down. Now they've got a 4th and short.
And I think everybody at home tends to yell at their television set, why aren't you getting past the 1st down marker? Why did you run your route short? Defense did a good job knowing where that was, but now, 4th down, offense has to make a decision.
A bold decision to go for it on 4th down, and one that did not pay off. Makes the grab. It's Stewart. Turning it on. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down. New set of downs after the completion. Here's more to throw. Right down the middle. It's caught downfield. It's a seam wide open at the 20. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Oregon!
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They scored fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
And that was not what they had in mind as the kickoff sails out of bounds. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Scanning the field, it's Beck. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete.
Man, this is an unbelievable start for this defender in this game, guy. That's already his 2nd PD in this game. Playing with his eyes, he's breaking on the ball. You just can't start a game any better.
With the catch, it's Hansen. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to give him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense won this battle, but I like trying to get this guy the ball in space.
Trying to scramble his way free, but that defense does a great job, and there's no gain on the play. The Nittany Lions will punt it away on 4th down. First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong. Only called on twice in the victory last week.
Dude, how about that boom? I mean, you talk about power. That dude just booted that thing halfway across the field, completely flipping the field position and getting it down inside the 10. That is a nice job by that punter.
They are stuck deep in their own territory and trying to get out, opening the drive from their own 3. They'll go play action with Moore. That internal clock just didn't move fast enough, and they get him for a safety.
And that's exactly what you call complementary football. The punter doing a great job downing the opponent inside their own 5-yard line. Then the defense takes the field, and they get the safety. You've got to love that if you're the head coach.
Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. Last time they had it, didn't pick up a first down. Let's see if they can put something together here. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
Yeah, I'm so impressed watching this guy run the football. And I'll tell you, I think Joe Paterno would have loved this guy in his offense, too. His teams always prided themselves on being able to run the football, right? Be more physical than the opponent. This guy has the ability to just wear defenses down. So hard to stop.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. To the air, it's Beck. Quickly out to the tight end.
Well, a nice completion there, finding the tight end. And what's so beautiful about that is while they didn't get the first, they were able to pick up enough yards now to make the 3rd down manageable, really putting this offense in a good position.
They have it at the 43, 3rd and short, trying to avoid making a decision on 4th down. He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49. Time has expired here in the quarter, and Oregon has the lead. Let's take a look at the numbers, and they have jumped out to an impressive start. Just about ready to get things started here in the 2nd. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Looking to throw on 1st down. Here's the pressure. And down he goes. The defense bringing the heat. They'll tell you that somebody's always going to pop open, but it didn't happen in time before they got the sack.
No, it did not. And you know what? I'm going to remember this. I'm going to remember zone defense. They didn't really have an answer. They weren't ready to get rid of the football. Quarterback hesitated. I got to him and got him on the ground. Might be a good call later on in the game.
To the air on 2nd down. Now moving to his right, looking for anyone that's open. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. He gets across the 20 and finally out of bounds at the 19 there in the red zone.
Love the poise on that play. You saw when he escaped the pocket, he was on the move. He didn't take his eyes from looking downfield. He kept reading the coverage, located a receiver, and picked up a huge chunk play.
Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. Finds his big tight end. Touchdown, Nittany Lions! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board. He'll try to tack on one more. A methodical drive that they finish off by tossing it to the tight end.
And the tight end, I'll tell you what, this is a position that's evolved so much, right? And you see him move all over the field. It's kind of like, where is Waldo? You got to find this big fella, especially down in the red zone area. This is the guy they're going to target and make the big play, get the touchdown.
He'll take the return, try to get better field position. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. And the last time they had the ball, they wound up giving up a safety, Jesse.
Yeah, that was ungood the last time they had the ball. So they got to do something here offensively to get into a rhythm, running and throwing the football. Try to find that consistency.
And try to find something positive with this offense. Forget about the safety. Those don't happen very often. Try to get some first.
Makes the catch, and he's free. He's at the 20. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Ducks!
Really nice job working the route, getting himself open, and he was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And he makes the extra point. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Penn State's offense comes onto the field ready to start the drive. The last time they had it, they took it down the field for a touchdown. They can build some confidence that they could go back-to-back scoring drives here.
Yeah, and remember, it's not uncommon for offenses to find themselves as the game goes on. They had some things not go their way early, but they found something last drive, David. Let's see if they can build on it.
Yeah, you just pick and pick and pick until you find that place where you're like, okay, this is an advantage I have. They clearly found that dude. They score here, we're in for a ball game.
Stepping to the right. He's going to take off. He steps out right at the 40-yard line, and now they are in business moving toward midfield. Now from the 40, it's 1st and 10. Looking to pass. It's Beck. Here's a heat. He's forced out of bounds well behind the line of scrimmage, and the defense will take it as a sack. The Nittany Lions will hustle to the line. Second down, they'll go to the air. The throw. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete. Now staring at a 3rd down. The Ducks signal for their first timeout. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. Lining up to convert 3rd down. Quarterback making checks. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. He fires a bullet to the right. And the throw downfield winds up incomplete, and there's a good reason for that. This guy was being mugged by the defender. The offense comes back out with a new set of downs after the penalty. Wants to throw on 1st down. He'll pull it down. And he moved it slightly forward. Defense played it well.
Well, this defense is not going to be patient with this quarterback. They know that they have to affect him, and they have to dictate to him. So that time, they send the blitz. They're not even giving him an opportunity to sit back there and peruse the field. They flush him out. They're able to rally to him, get him down to the ground. I like the aggressive nature of the defense here.
Picks up the first down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Well, I love the job by the offensive line, getting a good push there on second down, and you see guys bleeding into the second level of the defense getting a hat-on-hat to go get that first.
They're going to go right back to him on first down. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Back to pass, it's Beck. Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play. He found a little opening and got loose. They couldn't stop him in the backfield, so a solid pickup there. A 3rd down play coming from the 32 as they try to keep the drive going. They'll try to get the first through the air. Finds his tight end. He's loose. Touchdown, Penn State. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Lining up to add another. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. So they put together a 9-play, 75-yard drive. And they cap it off with a 32-yard touchdown pass. He'll take the return and try to improve the field position. And the returner will be brought down. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Defense loves to show heat and try to confuse the quarterback. Pressure coming. He'll pull it. There he goes. Gets down, and like they say, touchdown, first down, or get down, and he got 2 of those on that one. And they'll line up from the 31 on first down. Moore unloads to the wideout. That's reeled in. It's Bear flying down the left side. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Ducks. This dude is revving his engine like that duck coming out on a motorcycle. He is putting up points and finding the promised land.
And it's nice to have a guy that can do that. Goodness gracious, they just keep finding at Oregon as trigger men, not only throw the football, but guys who can pick them up and put them down and make big plays.
Let's see what he can do with the return. And the returner will be dragged down. This drive will commence from their own 11-yard line. Running inside, it's Hansen. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
What a great play by the linebacker. You talk about filling a hole. Defensive line does their jobs. He comes in the hole and says, sit down, sir.
To throw, it's Beck. Finds his man, it's Hansen. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. They're at their fastest tempo trying to get off this 3rd down play. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking to the big tight end. Picked off. What a play to set him up. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. On the move, it's Davison. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Throwing more. Got the quick pass. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Oregon! And they take it in for 6 more points. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5? And the extra point is good. The lead is 19.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. Really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Escapes the pressure going right. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And you get more and more hits on the QB like this right there. More and more making him scramble out of the pocket to the right. That's winning. He's going to start to see ghosts. He'll start to panic. He'll start to speed up that processor. Nice job by the defense making that quarterback feel very, very uncomfortable.
Now Oregon will call its second timeout. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. Looking to throw, it's Beck. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. The Nittany Lions will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Catches it cleanly at the 20. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. They'll get this drive started from the 29. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. Breaks into the open. Good gain there. Picks up the first down, and now maybe this offense attacks before the half. The Ducks headed quickly to the line. Dante Moore makes the catch. It's Davison. And they pick up just a few on that completion. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays.
That's a really nice job by the cornerback playing with his eyes. He sees the running back release out of the backfield, sees him get the ball. And this guy's tough. You know, there are a lot of corners out there that would try to submarine these rig running backs, and then they get hurdled. Not this guy. Good job getting the tackle, getting him on the ground.
Out of bounds at the 24-yard line after the huge pickup.
And another connection and another big play for this offense. And they keep the gas to the floor. Like they're still throwing the football, still making big plays. And this defense, they still have found 0 answers in how to get back in this football game.
We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
From our gorgeous Orlando studios, it's the Week 5 edition of the EA Sports College Football Update Show. Let's kick things off with Jacksonville State taking on the FIU Panthers. And it's the Gamecocks in the throes of what is right now a major upset. It's early, I shouldn't get ahead of myself, but this team believes and they could just pull this off.
The Nittany Lions will get things going as their offense heads out to the field. When you're facing a deficit like this one to start the second half, you really can't afford to waste a single possession.
Fresh start here in the second half. That's the only way you can look at this if you're on offense. Things did not go your way there in the first half. It starts with one play. To get our confidence going, we just got to get something going early here on this drive.
One play, stay aggressive. Now I think I can be even more aggressive on fourth downs because obviously I've built a deficit. My defense has got to make some plays for me too.
Wants to throw. It's Beck. Oh, it's picked off. That's not the start they hoped for. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception.
What a game-changing play by this defense. Nice job. You got them backed up in their own territory coming out. Now you force the turnover, set your offense up with some great scoring field position.
Here's more to throw. Makes the catch. Touchdown, Ducks! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. His 3rd touchdown of the game. That's almost half of his total as he now has 7 on the year. And he made the extra point without problem. Well, just as you would expect, that didn't take very long.
It didn't, Reese, and you've got to make great field position count. When you've got opportunities, you got to pay it off. And the offense took advantage, scoring a touchdown. Didn't have far to go, but they got the points they needed.
The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. Looking to throw on first down. That one never had a chance. Incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Couldn't connect on first down. Now back to the air. This time he's got it.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. And that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm.
And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a first down. And on that 3rd and short, I don't think he was unhappy to see that zone.
Nope, it was a great job by the offense. Hey, see where the holes in the zone are? Sit down. You only need a little bit of yards on this 3rd down. Get the conversion. Move the sticks.
I know the offense is down by a lot here in the second half. You just need one big play, though, to spark the offense, get the confidence going, and they may have found it right there in that completion. Good throw, good catch. Now we got to keep it going.
The Nittany Lions are flying down the field. Looking to throw again. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. Ball is loose. And the ball will bounce out of bounds on the fumble.
Well, they got a really nice drive going on offense. They're on their opponent's side of the field, but you're not going to come away with any points if you turn it over. They've got to do a better job of ball security. Very, very lucky that ball went out of bounds.
And the Nittany Lions come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. Back to throw, it's Beck. Just a short pass to the tight end. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on 2nd down here.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
Gliding to the right, still trying to make a play. Oh, it's a fumble. And this fumble will squirt out of bounds.
He is counting his lucky stars there. So lucky that ball went out of bounds, and they're going to maintain possession because they've got to stay in field goal range at this juncture of the game. In the second half, every play matters, and moving forward, you know this guy's going to have 2 hands on the ball.
The Nittany Lions have it with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming. They're dealing with a second and long. Looking to fire. Moving out to the right. This one's complete. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers.
That is such a nice example of a quarterback and his tight end being on the same page. A little bit of a scramble drill right there where the quarterback had to get flushed out of the pocket, but his tight end was able to lock up with him and was able to mirror him, find an open area downfield. Quarterback makes a nice throw, you make the nice catch, and just like that, offense in the red zone.
Wisely got rid of that one. The worst thing that can happen to you is to turn it over on first down in the red zone.
And I really like that decision by this quarterback. Listen, you've got a lot of downs here. It's first and goal. You're in scoring position. If you don't feel comfortable, throw that ball away. Live to fight another down.
Trying to bull his way in. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Penn State!
Here in the second half of this game, you're trailing, David. No surprise there. You got to throw the ball to the guys that are making plays for you. He had already had a touchdown catch. That's number 2 now. If they're going to get back in this game, they got to keep throwing him the ball.
Amen. I mean, keep finding him. He keeps making plays, keeps catching the football. And listen, when you find that matchup outside that works, that you can depend on, I don't blame quarterbacks for going back to them time and time again. Yeah, and that should have been a pick, but it really doesn't matter. The two-point play, man, you're trying to shove that thing in there. Even if it's a pick, it's okay, but you're trying to make a play to get those 2 points, and obviously he failed on that one, and it could have been an interception.
Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. The Oregon offense is on the field to get this drive going. On the run, it's Davison. Pushes the pile for a couple of yards down at the 12.
There's the thing. Not a great run, but the offense has scored a ton of points. They haven't necessarily needed to have a strong running game in this one. Their quarterback right now is just playing lights out, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I'd get back to throwing the ball.
Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Moore fires to the wideout. Got a man. It's Stewart. All kinds of room to the right. Past the 20. Into the house. Touchdown, Ducks.
And that's what makes this guy so dangerous. You get him the ball early, and he can do all the work after the catch. Phenomenal job in the open field. Uses the speed. It's a long touchdown. Man, it feels like an earthquake just went off here.
And it's so nice to have that guy that you can find, and he can make all that damage after the catch. And I tell you what, as a defense, you've got to respect it. You've got to get more eyeballs on him and more attention to him.
Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. They've fallen into a hole here, and they need to start fighting back right now on this drive. Looking downfield on first down. Escapes the pressure to his right. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25.
29, move!
Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business.
And if that don't light your fire, your wood is wet. The best play on a field is when the big boy, the most athletic people on the field, the defensive linemen, make game-changing, awesome, super athletic interceptions.
In the red area, it's Davison. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Hill. He's stopped for no gain again. Back-to-back runs, and they have nothing to show for it except facing a 3rd and long.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Booster, booster. Hey, move. Let it go.
Moore from the gun, trying to convert 3rd down. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now has taken out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place. And that time, they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice.
Now, wait just a second here. I don't see the kicker coming out. I think they're going to go for it here. Everybody and their brother showing blitz. 4th down, Moore. Throws to the wideout. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. They'll snap it from the 10 for the first play of this drive. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Fires to the big fella. Trying to give them some room to work with. Stopped just short of the 20. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 19.
They say tight ends are a quarterback's best friend in the pass game because think about it. The tight end's the guy lined up closest to the quarterback, which means generally those are the easiest throws a quarterback has. You saw it on that play.
And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Another incompletion on 3rd down.
3rd and short like that on your own side of the field. You're just looking for a quick hitter. You're trying to get the ball out of your hand quickly, but the timing completely off there for the offense, and the ball falls incomplete.
Timeout taken here by the Nittany Lions. That'll be their first. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. The Nittany Lions will punt this one away. They'll look to pin them deep. He'll try to make the catch in traffic. Man, oh man, did that coverage team have its hands full. Well, not full because they didn't get a hand on him for quite a while. Great return there. Here comes the Duck offense to get the drive started. That last drive was a punch in the gut, throwing the pick in the red zone, Jesse.
Yeah, and it just seemed like there was some miscommunication down there in the red zone. David, this drive, the QB and receivers just have to do a better.
Looking for the end zone. Almost intercepted. They took a shot on 1st down and just about turned the thing over.
Well, it feels like every time this offense has the ball, they're scoring points. They are lighting it up. And through the air, they've looked virtually unstoppable. It looks like they've got the better athletes. And finally on that last play, we see a nice job by the defender in the back end on a deep shot, climb the ladder 50-50 ball, and win. But if you're on defense, you're going to need a lot more of that. You're going to need some turnovers to get back in this thing.
Hits him in stride inside the 10. Touchdown, Oregon. And they take it in for 6 more points.
And this offense doing a really nice job, man. They're understanding who they are. And Jesse, do you find guys, man, on the outside that you know where they're going to be, you know they're going to make plays, and you just continue to feed them?
Yeah, no question, especially in a situation like this, David. When the game's on the line, you got to go to your best players. And quarterbacks, they keep track of what's happening during the game. Who's winning? Who's getting separation on the outside? Who do I feel comfortable throwing to in tight coverage? This is the guy. That's now his 2nd touchdown catch in the game, and I don't think that's going to be the last time we see him touch the ball.
drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll run for it, it's Peoples. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Back to pass. Under fire. And they got him.
That is how you start a drive. Meet the physical challenge on first down. Rush the quarterback, get the sack on 2nd down, and now put him in a 3rd and long situation. Nice job by this defense.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield.
And I wish I could bring you some hope, but, man, this defense, again, you know, they already got the lead. They got their ears pinned back. They're rushing the quarterback. I know this one's over, but offensively, let's find a way to protect our guy, put something together. Maybe we find a way to make this respectable at some point in the football game.
Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. Excellent coverage and tackle that time, and that's how the 3rd quarter comes to a close. That's the end of the period, and Oregon has the lead. And this beatdown is close to completion as we've reached the end of 3. Let's take a look at how we got here. As we enter the 4th quarter, let's see if anything memorable can come from this one. They go back to work in the final period of this one. Motion from the wideout. Throwing more. Unloads to the wideout. The short hands, it's hooks. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it at the 14.
Well, I love play callers that want to stay aggressive, regardless of what the score is, regardless of how much time is left on the clock. And I promise you this, there are a lot of fans, there are a lot of teams all across college football that are paying attention to what is happening right now.
Makes the grab on the left. It's a fumble. And this fumble bounces out of bounds.
Man, you talk about a helpless feeling. When you're the guy who fumbled and you're watching that thing roll towards the sidelines, you're like, please get out of bounds, and it does. I'll tell you what, the offense has the lead. That was a big-time play for that thing to get out of bounds and not cost them a turnover.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Wide receiver comes in motion. Moore, play action. He wants it all. And he wanted to get the score right there, but it falls incomplete.
And I'm not surprised they're letting him throw the football down here near the end zone. Like, that dude's been really, really good. And you can trust him. They trust him in this offense. Great job by this defense, playing the pass, breaking on the football, and making sure he doesn't get another touchdown.
Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. Moore from the gun on 3rd down. Quickly complete. They get him stopped at the 2, but it'll be 1st and goal. So close to cashing it in for this offense. Dante Moore wants to throw again. And he was shooting for the end zone there, and they couldn't make the completion.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on 1st down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of at the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater.
Well, he gets tackled down at the 1-yard line, so offensively, do you feel confident enough on 3rd here trying to hand it off again?
Yeah, and I'm taking both these downs, and I'm coming downhill. I'm running the football, trying to get this in the end zone. I only got a yard to go. I got to be physical.
Back swinging for the goal line. Touchdown, Ducks! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. That'll give them a little more breathing room as they try to push this winning streak to 5.
And it hasn't mattered what they've called guys offensively all game long or who's been on the field, what personnel groupings there have been. They're simply executing at a higher level than this defense, and they're keeping their foot on the pedal here in the 4th quarter.
He'll start the return inside his 5. tackled and brought down at the 23-yard line, so not a whole lot of room on that return. Penn State's offense comes onto the field ready to start the drive. We've certainly seen better performances from this group. You have to hope that they'll grow from this, but this is going to be one that they're going to kick themselves over for a while. They get him stopped after a gain of 4 out to the 28.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Looking to fire. Quickly to the tight end. He moves the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 33.
Man, these plays are really, really simple. They're really easy to run. I like it. Just drop back as a quarterback, see the big fella, wait for him to get open, hit him, get a nice positive gain.
To the air on first down. Picked off. What a play to set him up. Bringing it back. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's past, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. And after that interception, things quite comfortable. Big lead, clock winding down. They should be able to take care of business here. Quarterback extends the play. Trying to make magic on the scramble. He almost punched it in for 6. They'll get him down at the 1-yard line.
Really nice job on the scramble that time. He saw an opening. He went out and got the first down with his legs. He's killing this defense right now. Throwing it. He's now doing it running as well. Anything this guy wants to do is working.
Dante Moore. He's going for the goal line. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
And how about this squad, man? Looking good again. Like, I feel like we say this week in and week out, just continuing to remain undefeated. Whatever it takes, offense, defense, special teams, they have been a good unit, and that's why their ranking is so high.
And he added the extra point. They got the ball in great field position, and bam, bam, 2 plays and into the end zone. And that is not the optimal solution there. The kickoff out of bounds, and the offense will have a little bit easier time of things. Quarterback making adjustments. The run inside. It's Hansen.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Right back to the well. Makes the stop at the 49. Give him 5 yards on the play and a first down.
And this is an offense that really relies on its running game on that 2nd down call, giving it to the back, letting him find a way to go get it first.
2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. Just nosing into enemy territory at the 49. It's 1st and 10. The give to the running back from the shotgun. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
They're trying to run the football, and there's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Softened him up with a run. Now to throw. Fires to the big fella. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
And this offense is going to have to find more explosive plays. And it can't just rely on the dink and dunk. It's going to have to find itself and score more points. Listen, they got beat up today. But moving on in the future, they've got some good pieces. They got to find a way to fit them together, create some explosive plays on this offense, because today they've been lacking.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. He's open on the right. He steps out of bounds after a huge play, but hang on just a second. Defense might get bailed out here by a flag. 3 yards. First down for the offense after that penalty. Run in the red zone. It's Henson. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Still firing away as he'll go down swinging. Down he goes. Can't get the throw off, and that's going to do it.